Hey everybody, John Yard here. We're out in the woods and we're splitting some firewood, and I got a chunk of a sycamore here, and also I've got a splitting wedge with me, which if you haven't used one before, it's basically like a disembodied axe head. It's got no handle, and that's why we have this. This is a sledgehammer, and we use the two in combination to split firewood. So just going to do a quick demo here. A couple things to note as we get started. It's really important when using a splitting wedge to use safety glasses, because it's metal on metal contact, and that can cause little pieces of metal to chip off, and you don't want to get that in your eyes because that could really hurt you. So make sure you're using safety goggles if you want to use a splitting wedge. And then another thing to note as we get started is there's kind of just a rule of thumb when using splitting wedges, and that's that you usually want to have two. I've just got one in my hand right now, but you usually want to have two, and the reason for that is if you get one stuck, you've got another ready to help you finish the cut, or if you're dealing with really big wood, then you can get both of them into the log to help split it together. Or if you just are using it hard and break one, you've got another one still there with you. So I'm gonna just briefly demonstrate this and we're gonna see how it goes. For a log this size, you can basically just plant the wedge right in the middle of the wood. If there's existing cracks, you can try to line it up with that to make it an easier split. I can see one starting to form in the wood, so I'm gonna try to go along that. And then with my sledgehammer, I'm just gonna tap it in a little bit to get it seated. So then I'm gonna swing down to try to split this all the way through. There we go. It's almost ready to go through. Alright, that's the basic premise there. You might be able to tell I don't use a wedge a lot, and one of the reasons for that is, especially when you're dealing with something like this, it's just a lot easier to use an axe or a splitting maul. So that's just something to keep in mind if you've got a maul or an axe already. If you're dealing with something this size, it's probably going to be easier for you just to do that. The place where a manual tool like a wedge can come in handy is if you've got a couple of them and you're working on something really big and you don't have a log splitter. So yep, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.